Hello and welcome to Let's Talk About It. Happy holidays to all of you. Today is Saturday, November 27th, 2021. Welcome to the show. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving day with their family and or friends. And I also know that the holidays can be tough for all of us who have lost loved ones. Holidays are really tough. And so I wish you love, peace, and blessings, sending you big hugs. And so without further ado, we are going to move on to our interview segment today. And our guest today is Tasha Biltmore Graham. Tasha is a dynamic woman who has several production projects, and we're going to catch up with her and talk about what she's up to. So without further ado, Tasha Biltmore. Hello, and thank you for watching. We are back with my guest, Tasha Biltmore Graham. Welcome, Tasha, to the show.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. Happy holidays to you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, girl. We feeling kind of normal again. Kind of
We
normal.
are. We are. Have you been able to get out and do some things?
Yeah, but I'm still cautious. So
Yes.
I work from home, so that makes
Yes.
it better for me. But when I do go out, I try to be cautious, And I'm
Yes.
glad that they're asking for people to show their vaccination cards because it makes you
Yes.
feel better when you go out and
Yes.
everybody's vaccinated in the same room you in, so it makes you feel
It
safer.
makes you feel safer. And there's still those that are, not, they're on the fence about getting vaccinated. And you know what, for me, it really wasn't, it was a big deal. But then once I thought about it, once I got the shot, I'm like, oh my God, what was I thinking?
I wasn't gonna do it as long as Trump was in office. Let's put that
Right.
out there.
Yes.
I didn't trust nothing he was saying.
Yes.
Once he got out of office and Obama's got it, and all the people with sense got it,
Yes.
and
Right.
I watched them, so then
Right.
I felt more comfortable with it.
Yes.
But
Yes.
before then, it was too much going on when Trump was in office. You
It
didn't
was.
what to believe and what not to believe. And so I was hesitant then, but once
Yes.
he got out and it was explained over again,
Yes.
people with sense. So then
Right.
I was like, okay, we about to do this in our household. So
Yes. Yes. Because so many people, we've lost so many people
a lot of
to
people.
COVID-19, and it just took our country just by surprise.
That
And
is
like you said, with Trump spewing all the lies, along with the Republicans spewing lies, everybody just got confused. And
right.
all of a sudden we didn't trust, our government. I mean, that's where I was. I didn't trust a word that was coming out of his mouth.
Because we know the government is, everybody know to some
Yes.
extent they shady. Let's put it
Right.
that way. Some shady stuff going on.
Yes.
Sometimes they have to be to protect us in the United States of America. So they have to be shady. But sometimes they shady to the people that's in the United States.
Right.
So we get that. But when we
Yes.
got crazy in the White House, and then he's spitting out crazy, telling people to
Yes.
use bleach and inject, and you
Yeah.
got people that follow you that listen
Yes.
to you, and
Could
a lot
you believe that? I couldn't believe the whole bleach thing. I mean, that's common sense. I don't know anybody in my circle that's going to drink bleach. Um,
what nobody gonna do. Well, he got some crazy people that was believing
yes, yes. Well, moving right along, because we can talk about that subject all day.
him. Right, right. That'll take up all day talking about that.
Oh, yes, yes, but let's talk about you and what you're doing. I have seen you just working and just getting your grind on. So tell our audience, how, your story. How did you get started and all of that?
Okay, well, I came out to LA 16 years ago to get married and just work at the bank, and that's it. I didn't know nothing about the entertainment business or anything like that. The only thing I ever done in Michigan, and that's where I'm from, Detroit, Michigan, was
Mhm.
poetry. I did live poetry. So I did poetry here when I got here. I found a poetry house in Leimert Park, and I started doing poetry. And then I met people and they was like, "You're good and I like your stuff." And then somebody told me about a script. You can sell scripts? And I was like, "A script for what?"
Yeah.
They was like if you write a script, you can. So I started taking my poems and put characters to them, and there came the screenplay and the plays and all of that. And
Wow.
once I got into that part of it, which that's a whole nother ball game, because things was easy for me at first because I didn't care. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? I didn't care.
yes,
I didn't know the ins and out. And so I
right.
was pushing my stuff, and I got a show picked up with Bravo. We were supposed to come on after Whitney and Bobby's show, and then they didn't do the second season. So when they didn't do the second season, my show got shelved,
Mhm.
and I just I put all this money into it. And I said, let me just go back to banking. And I opened up a payday loan place in Compton.
Mhm.
And I just left it alone. And then when I decided to go back into writing and stuff, it's like starting all over again.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
then I met people that was in the industry and they trying to guide me. And sometimes people have the best intentions,
Yes.
but they give you the wrong advice.
Right.
And so
Right.
it takes you down this slippery slope of
Mhm.
back and forth, back and forth. So right now I have a lot of projects on the burner. I've done plays, 4 plays out here. Um, and now I'm reaching out to do a reality show. And that's the show I'm trying to get pitched now. So right now we're like in pre-production. Like I'm putting it together. I got the cast for LA, I got the cast for Atlanta, and now we're ready to shop it to the networks to try to get the show picked up.
Mhm.
While I was doing that, guys was reaching into my DM like, "What about the guys? What about the guys?"
Right.
So I came up with 50 and Dapper, and that's for the guys, and I'm gonna focus on them next year. The first, do the casting and focus on them next year. My first thing is to do is try to get this show picked up, the reality show for the women, and
Yeah.
everything else will fall in place. So
Yes, yes, absolutely. And so your show for the women is 50 and Flawless. And so you have women in their 50s, which I can definitely contest to that. I'm 58, I'm gonna be
oh wow,
59.
girl, you look good.
Thank
50.
you.
I,
And so my last year, my 50s, and 50 is flawless. So
so this show is it's people about to turn 50. So I think the show is going to reach people who haven't reached 50 that's going to want to find out from us women.
yeah,
So it's important for the cast that I picked that they be very transparent in about
yes,
what happens with being 50. Like I
yeah,
tell them I got the menopausal stomach, I got the soggy breasts. I mean, I'm being honest about mine.
yes,
But everybody in the group don't have that. Everybody
right,
got their own. Some people work out 3 times a week to keep it tight,
yes,
and some
yeah,
people go get lipo and all that kind of stuff. So share your story because
yes,
our stories is going to reach the people at home that's feeling the same way.
yes,
I have people,
absolutely.
yeah, I have people that's reaching out to me that's like, "Oh, thank you for doing a show about us," because nobody
Yes,
talks about us. And
right,
we're not saying that, we're showing you how we put it together. I'm showing
yes,
you, like, if I have to go to an event, I put on 2 Spanx. Okay. I just put on 2 Spanx. I don't drink no water because,
yeah,
we start leaking. We laugh too much. We leak a little bit. We can't do all that. So I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it,
yes,
and it's supposed to be enlightening, educating, and it's supposed to be funny.
Yes.
I mean,
Oh,
we
yes.
gotta laugh at the stuff. You have to just think about it. You're half a century.
Yes, yes, I've thought about it. And you know what? The one thing is, like you said, we don't talk about it. There's things that I experienced that my mom didn't experience. And
Exactly.
so she doesn't understand some of my experiences
Right.
and what I'm going through. And so it's really nobody to bounce that off of. Hey, is this normal or is that normal?
Right.
You know, some people have hot flashes, some don't.
Right.
Some gain weight, some don't. You know, when the monthly thing, administration, you may not have that anymore, but you have symptoms like you're gonna have it. And
Yep.
nobody talks about that, and you think you're going crazy.
Right. And people need to know you're not alone. And I want women
Right.
to not think it's over because you turned
Yes.
50. You can still date. I
Oh, yes.
got married. Like these things happen. Like you still
Yes.
this is the part where you have fun.
Yes.
The
Yes.
part you didn't went through the rough stuff. So the
Yes.
part like I got wisdom. I know exactly what I'm looking for, how I want it, when I want it, all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. You're not embarrassed about talking about sex. You're not
No.
embarrassed about he's seeing a roll here, a stretch
Right.
mark here. We're not trying to cover nothing up. Boy, you better get it while you can get it.
Yes.
So that
Absolutely.
so that part of the show is kind of I think will be funny and it'll be more transparent and I think it's going to get a lot of people involved and want to be tune into the show because I think
Yes.
the more transparent you are with people and real with people
Yes.
so they know we don't wake up looking like this,
Right.
if I
It's a
take this lace
process.
front off I have black and white hair, honey, that crazy.
Yes.
I got a patch for each kid. So I tell people, I said, don't let people, put you in a box because you're 50. And I
Yes.
don't want women to feel like my husband left me for a younger person. My kids don't come visit me.
Right.
You know what? That's the time for you to shine, honey. Got
Absolutely.
clean house,
Yes.
and get you a smaller place so you don't
Yes.
have no extra rooms for them to come tagging their little behinds back.
Yes.
And get you a little glam squad going and do you. And you don't have
Yes.
to be a size 6 to do it. You could
Girl, yes.
be a 2X, you could be me personally, I'm 5'7", I'm 213 pounds. And I wear a 2X, not because I need to, it's just because I have
It's
this
more
little
comfortable.
stomach and I don't want nothing snug in the stomach. So
Right.
wear something a little loose to keep it, but I
Yeah.
still got that caboose in the back, so you have to share it like that so people can
Yes.
understand. Like I'm very transparent with who I am and what I'm about and
Yes.
what I go through. So I think it's important that we share that. And no matter
Yes.
and I was looking at television and all these women on these reality shows, they're our age,
Yes.
total in denial,
Yes.
saying what their age is, and then they're living like they're keeping up with the 25-year-olds and 30-year-olds.
Right.
It's
And
not
it's nothing wrong with, who you are, being happy with your body, being
mhm,
happy with yourself and your age, because like you said, the wisdom is there. The kids are grown. Now is our time to shine. We're grown ass women,
exactly
and now it's on. We can, start a business, all those things that you wanted to do that you didn't have time for. Now is the time to do it. And I totally agree with that. I think that that's great. I know that your show is going to be a hit because there's nothing like that
right.
on TV. Like you said, it's a misconception that you need to look a certain way, your body has to be a certain way, and we know that that's not the reality of the public. We all have roles and imperfections. I won't even call them imperfections. That's just how we are. We're beautiful.
I'm like, I
And
had I tell people this, I had 3 kids naturally, no C-section, no nothing. I didn't take nobody stuck nothing in my back to stop
No
the pain.
medication.
I had that, I know all the pain for each one of them. So when I look at that and I see my body where it's at, I feel good about me in this temple that I got.
Yeah.
And what's hard, just even the casting, and we haven't even started rolling cameras, and I already got drama with the girls because there's so many of the women don't like how I'm putting the show out there. They're like, but you're saying that and we don't have that. But that's my story. And this
Right.
is my show that I created. But when
Right.
they see you, it's your job to share your story and what you're going
Exactly.
through. That's why it's called a reality show.
Yeah.
And I said, and if everybody is the same, it's not a reality show. So
Right.
share how you got to that size 6.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
no, I know you did lipo a couple of months ago, but you can tell people how you just feel like your body is perfect at 50
Yes.
something years old. And there's a lot of women who do get lipo and do that. And it's nothing wrong with that. If that's your thing, do it. I'm
Right.
not knocking that. But
Right.
don't knock the women, because what you're saying is women with that menopausal stomach, I call it, and the gravity, the droop,
Yes.
everybody breast. I said, y'all breast is not perky, honey.
Right.
If
Right.
that nose is aiming to the floor, trust it. It ain't hitting that wall. Just
But
stop.
let me tell you, the truth be told, the men don't care.
Don't care about this. Let me tell you, honey, all that getting that sexy lingerie. And I'm married and I got a Jamaican and he was like,
Congratulations.
thank you. And I love lingerie. I just do. I like it for me.
Yes.
But for him, he was like, why do y'all spend all that money on that stuff? We don't care. Just come to bed with a bottle of champagne and butt naked, girl. So when cause they like to see you.
Yes.
And what they fall in love with is not necessarily your body, the character that's inside the body.
Yes.
And that overtakes everything else.
Yes.
Your character is fucked up.
Right. Exactly.
I can say F up on your page. But
No, it's okay, but you're right. Hey, we are real here, okay? And you are absolutely right. A lot of that is our own insecurities that we get from, commercials and magazine ads, because they're depicting women that you should look like this ad, or you should, in order to be, accepted. And it's a lie, because we're beautiful all sizes.
exactly.
That's why we're made that way. And so I totally agree with that. Sometimes, like you said, it's hard for people to be transparent because they're not sure that they fit or they meet up to whatever standard.
They're not feeling good about themselves.
Yeah.
You feel good about yourself. And I think a lot of women has been abused emotionally by past relationships.
Yes.
They left you and they told you this was wrong with you and that's what's
Yeah.
wrong with you. And you focus on that. That's ringing in
Right.
your head. So until you come to grips with that,
Yeah.
to get grips with you and loving you, you wouldn't care. And like I told them, I said, a lot of y'all women down here is single.
Yeah.
And it's not single because your body is right. You know what I'm saying? You got the tight body and it's all, well, I'm single because I want to be. No. You could run that bullshit on somebody else. Not
Right.
more. I know you single because they can't deal with the character of who you are.
Right.
That facade that you put out there
Right.
comes this image of your character that's running these men away.
Yes.
Because men are very simple creatures. It
Very
don't take
simple.
much to please a guy. But
Right.
what they don't like is to be controlled. They don't like to be, they like to feel needed,
Right.
but they don't need you to be codependent. So
Right.
it's a thin line. They like that individual. I know she got it. Like if
Right.
she's sick, I need to know she can handle business.
Right.
I
Right.
need to know
That
she got my
confidence.
back. I need to know she got my back. And I need to know
Yes.
that if she don't look, she not gonna walk out this house feeling insecure. And I got to tell her every day she look good.
Right.
I do that for myself.
Right. You have to.
Not for no man. I do it
That's
for myself.
right. You
It's
and you have to, not to cut you off, but you have to do that. You have to feel good about yourself and
Mhm,
you have to pump yourself up.
mhm.
And it starts there. Nobody can give you that.
Right,
And so, like you said, that insecurity is huge because it's like you see women grabbing at all these things to try to make themselves something, and they don't have to do that. You know, a man doesn't care about all those extra little things. Those are things that we like to do it as women, you
right,
know, for ourselves. But as far as looking for somebody to give you something that you need to withhold, that's something that you have to work on, you know, within yourself. You know, yeah, we have our ups and downs times where, you know, you may not feel good one day, and that's where the men come in. Hey, you're looking fabulous today. You know, you are fine today, or
right.
whatever it is to give you that lift, you know.
Little boost. It's always cute to get that little boost.
Yes, yes, because you're like, hey, you know, I got my hip boots on today, you know.
My test for women is what I used to do for myself is take yourself out to dinner by yourself.
Yes, girl,
No,
yes,
no, 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 no date, no girlfriend. Just
yes,
make reservations for one.
yes,
Walk in there, have a whole dinner by yourself.
yes,
No cell phone on or nothing. Walk
yes,
in that room, enjoy your meal, have your drinks, do your appetizers, all that by yourself. Finish, go
yes,
to the bar, have a little cocktail drink afterwards, and take your ass home. If you
yes,
can do that without feeling insecure, feeling like people watching me, something wrong with me because I'm not on a date with, if you can do that, you have won the half the battle that you're dealing with because a lot
yes.
of women can't do it.
Girl, I do that before the pandemic. I would do that once a week. I
Mhm.
would take myself out to lunch or to dinner, a meal, just me. And
Right.
I can't tell you how empowering it is
It is.
just to treat yourself, take yourself out on a date, you know, order all the things that you want, dessert, you know, a drink, and it's just, it's like treating yourself, and we have to do that. You
Right.
know, that's part of, you know, just getting in tune with yourself and thinking about things that, you know, you want to do, or, you know, whatever it is that's on your mind, but you have that personal time.
Right.
And that's very, very important. And I'm glad to hear that you do that. And because I do that, I know it was good for me, but nobody told me to do that. It
Right.
was just, I thought, you know what? I don't need to have, hey, come on, let's go to lunch, or I'm going to do it because I want to do it for
Right.
me. And because I enjoyed it so much, I kept doing it.
It became a habit.
It was a habit. And then it was like, I needed it, you know.
You
I
need.
didn't, yeah, I didn't realize that I needed that time for me, you know. So, oh my goodness.
I
That
used to
is,
go to places where I didn't know anyone. So I would
mhm,
go to Beverly Hills, Bel Air, and I
yeah,
would go to all those like the Four Seasons. I would get dressed up and go to those places and make reservations.
yes,
Because if you're gonna feel insecure about something, it's gonna be in that surrounding. You don't know any of those people.
right?
They looking at you, and when you walk in a room, it's how you walk in a room. You
Yes.
walk in a room like you belong, or you walk in a room like, oh, she shouldn't be here because she looked lost. She in the wrong place. So you need to. So
Command that.
I walked in that room like I'm supposed to be here, and then it started becoming people walking up to you trying to find out who you are. They be like, "I know you from you're on that show," and that. No, sweetie, no, I'm just Tasha Biltmore. You'll see me on the show one day soon, but I'm not there. But they assume they know you because
Hmm.
of how you walk in a room and how you
Right.
carry yourself and you handling yourself. She got to be somebody.
Yes.
You're not walking in. You got to be somebody. So when you go in a place where everybody know you, it's not the same. When you go in a place where no one knows you,
Yes.
it's a different feeling because now you know that you had exuded all this confidence that strange people is walking up to you feeling like they know you.
Right.
And I don't need a man to identify or girlfriends to identify with that. That's just
Yeah.
me. And once you get 50-ish and you pass that 50 mark, oh, you a bad sister when you could do a
Yes, you are. Yes, you
bad sister.
are.
And I know a lot of bad sisters.
Yes, yes,
Sad that we don't celebrate that, and television haven't really knobbed in on the women that's 50. And I remember
yes.
when I first started pitching the show, one of the guys said, I don't know how to pitch this. I said,
Mm,
well, you wouldn't know how to pitch it. You're not a
right,
50-year-old woman. He was like,
right,
but I'm saying, what would people want to see? And I said, I can't explain that to you. So you need to let me pitch my shit. I said,
right.
because what people want to see is the realness. It's women
Yes,
like me, like
yes,
that's like the woman with the lipo and the one that work out. It's different shades of 50
right.
that
Yes,
we're dealing with. And I need my audience to see that. And do the drama come in? Of course we have drama. You know why?
yeah,
Because we all 50 and we set in our ways.
right, right.
Something got us to this point. So it's hard for you to change my mind about something.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
open to listen,
yes,
open to consider. I'm
yes.
open to try, but to
Mhm.
just automatically get me to change my mind because you said it, it's
It's not
not
gonna
gonna happen.
happen. No.
And that's what the women in before we even started rolling is trying to do with me. They're like, oh, you need to do this and you need to. I'm kind of like, who are
No.
you to stay in your lane? And so they get
Right,
pissed off because I say stay in your lane. But I'm telling you this for a reason, because your audience is gonna love you to
yeah,
challenge me. They're gonna like that
right,
interaction between us
right, right,
because you're challenging me
right,
to be something or try something different, and I could be stubborn or whatever, and I'm set in my ways, but at the end you don't know how that end result is going to be.
right,
We
exactly.
might come together for a compromise in that sisterhood, and girl, it was whatever,
Yes,
but you don't know because you're not
right,
giving it an opportunity, because
right,
you're too busy trying to control a situation that you can't control.
right.
So
And they don't realize that something dynamic will happen
oh
in
yeah,
that dialogue. And you can't predict that until it actually happens. And
right,
then they'll see that, oh, wow, this is amazing. Like we're really, because you're projecting a real scenario of people.
right,
So it can't be scripted really. You need the real person coming out. If you're stuck in your way in this aspect or that aspect, why? What's your issue? And then you can identify with someone else that possibly having that issue.
because I said when we talk about it, you're gonna have your fan base that's gonna agree with you. You're gonna have my fan,
Yep.
and they're gonna troll us, and they're gonna be calling us names and I said, but that means that you're doing your job. People are
Yes.
relating to you, and you're transparent, and something beautiful comes out of that. It is called
Right.
a sisterhood. I tell
Mm,
people all the time, I got two friends,
yeah.
and I got people I know. But when I say I have friend,
Mhm. Right.
one of them I've been since high school. Since
Mhm.
high school.
Yes.
She live in Atlanta. We are best friends. We can not talk for a year, 2 years. We get on the phone. We
Yeah,
talk
and
3 hours like
hours.
that, and we are still the same. I
Yes.
can tell her stuff. She can tell me stuff. She cannot agree with me. I cannot agree with her. But we still the same. It hasn't stopped. Anything, it has grown our sisterhood because
Yes.
I respect her differences. I expect what's
Yes.
different in her that she
Yes.
brings to the table in our friendship. So when
Yeah.
people ask me about it, I could be, she is not gonna do that because she is blah blah, and she can do the same about me. But when
Right.
you're trying to get everybody to mask the same thing, who are we? What
Yeah.
people are we? Are we in a society where we have to stop being ourselves and be what people want us to be?
And that's, yeah, no. And that seems like what's happening. Like we have to stand up, to be who we are.
That's
And it's almost like, I don't know if you've noticed this, but when I do watch TV, the Black women or colored women that are depicted are nothing like you or I, as far as you don't see a husband or a mate with that person. I mean, check out some of the commercials
Right,
and some of the women that are on the commercials.
right,
And it's really dynamic at the message that what it sends, and I think that goes with some of the insecurities that develop
right.
because we don't see ourselves represented
That's true.
in ways that that we can identify with. You don't see beautiful women, Black women, doing commercials
Right,
with the sexiness to them
right.
and the outfits and all. You just don't see that, and it's like, why is that?
They
you
not,
know
they're not making 50 cool. And we some cool, sweetie. And
yes, we're some bad bitches, let's get it out there.
exactly. And they'll say, black don't crack, or you look good for your age. Honey, we beyond that.
Yes,
We're so phenomenal.
yes, we
We
are.
are phenomenal. And
Yes,
women over 50, and I have Latino women, I have white women on the show.
yes,
So when I
yes,
say we as women, all
right,
colors, at 50,
yes,
whatever your background, whatever your color is,
yes,
you have transcended into this thing. It's something that we all can connect with and
yes,
we all
yes,
got an ache when we get up in the morning. We don't just jump up like we used to.
yes,
We got to sit on the end of that bed and think about it before we take that first step.
yes.
I love naps. I never had to take a nap with them, but I love my power nap.
Oh, yes,
I gotta have that
definitely.
power nap, honey. I have to have
Yes,
the power nap to refresh me to do something. Especially if somebody said,
rejuvenate.
I want you to go to a red carpet event. Okay, let me set my alarm to get that hour in before,
Yes,
because then I'm a new person.
yes.
So
And that is very important because we do so much as women. And sometimes you have to know that you need a break. And
that's
it's okay to take that power nap, schedule it into your day. I
yeah,
can't tell you how important that is because, like you said, an hour, set your watch. I'll set my little timer, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever I need just to lay down, close my eyes and
yeah.
rest. And I'm rejuvenated. I'm ready to go. And it's like a new day. And so that's definitely a good word to pass out. And just to reiterate on your comment, you know, you're right. It's not so much, I did make a mention about Black women and us being over 50 and how we're not represented. That is a separate issue,
Right.
but women in general over 50 is a huge subject because we have baby boomers
Mm-hmm.
that in numbers. And so there's a lot of women right now that
Right.
are over 50
Right.
that are trying to figure out, okay, what am I doing? What's the next phase of my life? The empty nest, once the kids are grown, defining, who you are. And so I think that your show is going to be highly impactful. I support you 1,000%, my sister,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's something that we need. Like I said, we don't have that communication factor.
Mm-hmm.
And so locking in to that group, I can't see anyone who doesn't understand why we don't need that. But you have to be in your 50s to understand the
And
importance.
you have to, and again, I get the production companies out. They're there to sell,
Right.
make money,
They're
but
there to make money.
they don't understand the branding, marketing that you have with
Yes.
this, with the cosmetics that should come in for women over 50,
Yes.
wardrobes for women over 50.
Yes.
Your best black owned designers can dress us black women. But if
Yes.
you want to look at women designers that's out there that cater to older women, is Ralph Lauren. And
Mm.
those Ralph Lauren really caters to women of 50 and up.
Oh.
So if you look at his stuff, it's very conservative, but sexy and trendy
Mhm,
and
mhm.
cover up. But now we got women that want to look like we 50. So we got the thigh-high boots on. So Michael Kors comes in and bring that element of balance to
The
you.
sexy,
This gives
yes,
you that sexiness. So I tell people you're missing a whole marketing branding part of it. When I
yes,
think of a project that I'm bringing, I think of all of that. What I'm bringing,
yes,
I want these girls to be spokeswomen for, L'Oreal, Maybelline,
yes.
all these cosmetic brands that cater to women over 50, anti-aging and all that
Right,
stuff.
right.
Create something for us. I want
Yes,
Rihanna line to Fendi to come up with something for women over 50 and have
yes.
us representing your next fashion
Video,
video.
yes,
So when I say this, I'm not just talking about a show that's just putting it on. I'm talking about this being something that help women moving forward, and it's a life changing thing for
wow,
women. So
that
I
is
want it
awesome.
to be, I want it to be bigger than me because it's not about me. It's not
Yeah.
about the women. It's about how we, the general public, 50-year-old women and men, because the show is going to deal with men too, how we are not talked about enough, or they have this stigma about us, and we need to break that.
Yes, we do.
We are business women. Some of us
Yes.
are just starting our business because we just got a chance to do it. Some people, husband left. We was 20 for 25 years. He left us for a younger one. Now we on eHarmony and we putting our profile together and we going on
Yes,
these whack ass dates to find. So
yes,
we're trying to find love. We still want to do, and there's a lot of women want to travel and do.
yes.
What's on your bucket list? What is it
Right.
that was keeping you from doing the things you want to do? This is your opportunity to let's do one of them and let's show
Yeah.
the world that we still living, honey. And
Yes.
I said, you either gonna be 50 waiting on death to tap you on the shoulder, or you gonna get out there and let death chase you. So which one you gonna be?
You absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Gosh, that is some good words. I'm over here like getting goosebumps because you are so on.
Yeah.
Uh Definitely, because I will say, even with me going through it, it's a lot of mental challenges to
Yeah.
accept where you are in life.
Mhm.
And to know that regardless of the number, you are you. And
Mhm.
so, pushing that, no matter what somebody says, that, you're in your 50s, your body may be changing physically, but you are still alive and you're still impactful. You can be impactful,
That,
not only to yourself, but to everybody that's around you.
that is true.
And like you said, travel, if you want to travel, if you want to start a business, if you want to write poetry or whatever it is, it's now is the time. And nobody can say, oh, well, you're too old for that. Throw that out under the bus. You're
Ex-
not too old for anything.
Tell them
You
I'm
know?
old enough to understand how to do it and how it should be done.
That's
Because
right.
at the end of the day, I don't care what you think of me. I really don't.
Yes.
I've always been that way. But
Mhm.
at 50, I really don't care what you think of me.
Oh, yeah.
And that's I care how I'm received. I
Yeah.
expect respect and I want to respect you.
Yes.
I respect your boundary. But when you cross that line,
Yes.
and you're trying to tell me, that's where the conversation is going to change, because I'm
Yeah.
going to try to reach you in a way where I'm trying to,
Yeah.
this is not your lane. You need to
Yeah.
stay there.
Right.
But if you don't receive it that way, as a sister trying to tell you, you have an opportunity to reach people with your story. I don't know
Yes.
your story. I
Right.
don't know your journey that got you to 50 and you feel the way you do. I don't know that. So I'm not trying to be in your lane. But the
Right.
fact that you're trying to be in my lane on a show that I created
Right.
and
You
trying to
can't
tell
do
me how it's done and how to promote it and how to, girl, if you don't go take 2 seats back and worry about what's people gonna see when they see you on that show. And
exactly.
if you're not ready to be transparent, this is not the show for you. And I'm
Right.
honest, some things are not for everybody.
Right, right. And it's okay. It's okay. I mean, that's the beauty of it, is that that's where decisions come in. You have to
Exactly.
make that decision. It's not fighting and trying to change, what's already in place.
Right.
And it's, if you don't understand the mission, and if you don't understand, what you've put together,
Mhm.
then it's okay.
I think people hear and they listen, they're not comprehending.
Yes,
A lot of people don't comprehend it because
right.
I keep hearing back and forth where I have a brand. I have my brand.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm not tapping into your brand.
Right,
This is
right.
your opportunity to expand your brand, share
Exactly.
your brand, and push your brand. But don't
Right,
focus on what I'm doing or
right,
how I say the show is. When people ask me why I created the show, because I looked at me.
right.
I have a menopausal stomach. I said, there's other women out here like me. And
Yeah,
I'm still getting up in the morning. I'm still creating. I'm still
yeah,
active in my community.
yes,
I know there's other women out there like that. So I want to do a show that highlight that. But I know it's other women who are badasses that's in corporate America doing it, got there. I want to share those women's stories too. So
yes,
that's why I put the show together. So when you come to me with that, you're gonna get that feedback from me. Like, I'm confused. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I'm you got a brand.
yes,
That brand.
right.
I give you
Exactly.
I give you pictures. Your job is to put your own little post up.
Right,
I'm
right,
all this because I'm an entrepreneur. I got my business for 22 years and
right,
I'm selling. Wait for the show to come so I can show you how it's done. That's
right,
your job to do that. It's not
right,
for us to do that for you. It's not
right,
a scripted show. It's a reality show. Share
right,
your reality. And I
right.
think women are not connecting. The women that I have, they are on, but we lost a couple of women because they just can't that started off and they just can't do it because
Mm,
they have their in their head how they think the show should go, opposed to it's not about you, instead of
right,
making the show about the masses of the people.
right, right.
Think about your audience.
Yes,
Think about the
right.
do they want to just look at you talking about how your body is perfect and you got the perfect life, and then all this fluff that you selling? Nobody wants to tune into that.
No, they don't, because that's not reality for them,
Like,
you
okay,
know,
I'm not gonna be a size 6, sweetie. So
right.
tell me
Not
how.
ever.
Let's just say I'm not gonna be a size 6. I'm not gonna be a size 6.
Right,
I'm not trying, and I'm not knocking you for being a size 6. Share
right.
your story. So when that episode come on about you and how you got there and how you got to sell that, because
Yeah,
there's women out there like
I
you.
like that. Yeah,
And there's women out there like me, and there's
right,
women out there like you. It's
right.
other women out there. Share your story, and us
Yes,
collectively will
yes,
give them a folder
right.
50 and flawless.
Yes,
And there were different colors. We have different backgrounds.
yes,
We're married. We single. We got kids. We don't have kids. So
right.
we have to sell that. And
Yes,
if you're not willing to sell that, then you're not, ready for the show. So
right.
unfortunately, we lost a few. So
Well, I'm sure that you will, gain, because, people have to understand and respect your vision.
of
It's your show. And of course, you're going to have conflicts,
course,
because people, some people are scared to share their story. Honestly, they got this wall up, and they're behind that wall, and you can only see that wall, what they want to um portray. But so moving right along, what about the men? How are they responding, and do you have as much conflict with the men?
well, we just started casting, so I haven't seen
Oh,
that.
so you haven't gotten that yet.
Started video, but I did it for the men because I want these older men to share their struggle with
Yeah,
getting through being the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, as Black men, as
yes,
Latino men, as white.
yes,
There's
yes,
a thread that makes you all the same. just
Right.
like it is women.
Yes.
And I need you to share that with the
It is.
prostate cancer, diabetes, the hair, and we want you to show them how to dress dapper. Like
Yes.
all these saggy pants coming off and these backwards
Oh my gosh.
hair sticking all over their head, looking like they little worms coming out their head. You know, we got to stop all that. These, I'm not trying to date all that. I'm not trying to date all that.
Okay.
But I don't want my like. I love to see a man with a nice suit on. He's dressed,
Yes.
smell good. He looked like he ready for success. He might
Yes.
not be where he want to be, but if he keep being dressing like that and showing up every
He's
day like
gonna
that,
get
he's gonna
there.
get where he needs to be. And I
Yes.
need these 50-year-old men and up to show them that
Yes.
you can be this. And I'm not like this every day. I
Yeah.
wake up in my jogging pants and my little boxer shorts on, and I got this big stomach, and I eat in the middle of the night a Snicker bar and a glass of milk. You know what I'm saying? Share
Yeah.
the story with them. I need you to
Yes.
share that. I'm afraid to go to the doctor to get checked.
Yes.
Share
Yes.
those stories. So it's just as important for women to get those stories out there. I think it's just important for us to understand men. And I think
Yes.
women, and this is where I'm hoping the love connection come in at.
Yes.
So some of the men we're gonna bring into the 50 and Flawless show for
Mm-hmm.
women.
Nice.
And we're
Uh-huh.
gonna introduce them because a lot of women
Oh.
are single. So
Uh-huh.
you what is it that you don't like about a woman 50? Why did you was married? It's some men that's gonna say I was married for 20 years and I love for a 30-year-old.
Right.
Why? What
Right.
did you see in that 30-year-old that your 50-year-old couldn't give you?
Right.
That you was
Exactly.
married to. We need to
You need
understand.
to understand that because you know what, the mentality is not the same. And to me, that speaks more of a man, you know, not wanting to deal with somebody that's equal, that can maybe challenge, or that's going to, you know, we have our history of talking, and, you know, men think that, you know, most Black women are, you know, we talk too much or what have you.
We
But and yes, they're
we do.
probably right.
We got something to say all the
Yes,
time.
we
We-
do. And it's all in love, really. I think that that's where they don't get it. It's because we care, we love you. We don't want you to, you know, fall astray or what have you. But and maybe that's one of the reasons why they go with younger men. But it would be interesting to hear them say exactly what it is
What
that
is
makes
that you
them.
think? And I think a lot of women, once you get comfortable in a relationship, you get comfortable with your looks and how
Yes,
and you have to switch it up, honey.
you
That's why they
do.
got lace fronts. One day
Yes.
I'm red, the next way I'm wavy, the next because he don't know who he walking in to
Oh,
see.
yes,
And
yes.
I think
My
women,
partner is
and I
like that. He's like, oh, who am I dating today? Like, and,
I'll be like,
I love it.
this is Rachel today, sweetie.
Okay.
Rachel has told up, honey.
I'm
She's
wearing
ready.
Barbara.
I don't know what kind of fun you and Rachel about to have today, but we
Okay.
and you have to keep, and I think women, and this again for women 50 and you have to keep that. And a lot of women, I shouldn't have to do all that to do it, but you should.
Yes, for
Because
yourself.
because he's out there talking to Felicia and Samantha and all those people. And
Mhm.
remember, when men go to work and they got a ring on their finger or they look like they successful, and women are going to be attracted to
Attract.
them anyway.
Yes.
If you
Right.
don't want no man that one another woman ain't attracted to, just like a man don't want a woman that the man ain't attracted to. So
Right.
your job is to be confident enough that you're doing what you're supposed to do. And sometimes men will stray because they weak like that. And
Yeah.
we gonna talk about that in 50 and Dapper. Some of y'all just weak. Y'all just
They
no
are.
more
They
good.
can't help
Y'all
themselves.
can't help it, just no more good. But sometimes you can take, because I'm a big fan of Denzel.
Yes.
And I'm gonna just tell you, when Denzel have a new movie out, my man look like Denzel all day in the house. That's when he getting attacked all day in the house. Until you go take me to see that Denzel movie, they keep showing me that damn trailer. Boy, you looking like Denzel every day. So I don't wore his ass out. So he ready for Denzel season to be over. So sometimes women, when your man come on you and he's, want you, he saw Tabitha out there and Tabitha looked good, but he didn't tap Tabitha. He coming to you because
Right.
you look like Tabitha all day to him right now. And
Right.
and you can't get offended by that because that's natural. That's human nature.
Yes.
You are going to be attracted to other people when you walk out that door. Now,
Yes.
what you do and react
With
to it
that.
depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to
Right.
end a relationship, you're going to go astray. But
Mhm.
I take it and I use it as a fun. I'd be like, okay, Denzel,
Yeah.
I'm
As
ready to
an
go.
enticing thing. Yeah, it's sparking up your relationship,
Right,
and it creates, that fantasy that we all enjoy, and it's okay to do that.
right,
It's nothing during the pandemic. Of course, we couldn't go out. We would dress up, turn the house into a club, and I would literally go upstairs and dress up like I'm going to a club. He would go and put on his suit, and we would turn the music up and dance and party
and drink and have
and
a
drink and have a good night. And I can't tell you how much fun that is, that
right,
you don't need to drive in your car to do that. You
right.
you have it right there in your home.
You gotta
And
you gotta create it. And
yes.
my man, he loved Halle Berry and Cindy Crawford and Gabby,
Uh-huh.
and he'd be like, "Come here, Gabby." I'd be like, "Oh, you want me to be Gabby? Which Gabby you want me to be? I got spirit fingers. Which one you want me to be?" So
Okay.
you kind of got to introduce that to your guy so he can feel
Yes.
comfortable with saying that in front of you.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm not a jealous, like I tell people all the time, and this is my fifth marriage, and I tell people all that I always been a bride, never a bridesmaid, because
Yes.
I got the stuff that makes people want to marry you, and so
Yes.
everybody don't have that, but I do because I'm more of your friend. I don't
Yes.
care if you leave me, it wasn't meant to be.
Right. I'm like that too.
It
I'm
was
okay.
it,
Yeah.
it wasn't
Because
me.
you know what? You're secure with yourself. You know who you are,
Right.
and you know your value. And so sometimes, men, there's an issue with powerful women. Have you noticed that?
Is. They don't like when you take control and you all up in the center of the. I mean, like, sit down. Why don't you take it? So I'm not, because I want to be that hush woman, that trophy wife. I'm
Yeah.
waiting to be that girl that just sit there and look like she's just stoned on champagne all day and with them glassy eyes. Let me be her.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Because you want me to be your helper. You want
Yeah.
somebody to talk to. You want somebody to bounce ideas off of.
Yes.
I'm that chick for you.
Yes.
I'm good
Yes.
to roll up my sleeves and have pillow talk with you. I can sit on the couch and say, let's share our dreams and desires.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, if you come out there and you tapping in on somebody else, you was never mine in the first place.
Right. Right.
And like I tell people all the time, I got divorced 4 times. They never went for, I'm the one that initiated the divorce.
Yes.
They was fine with the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So I was fine with the relationship. They had no idea that I felt a certain way because I didn't walk around the house and was, mad and you doing this. I was like, it's not working for me. I know
Mm.
you're out there doing whatever. It's
Yeah.
just not working for me.
Right.
And I
Right.
have to let you go. Well, I'm
Right.
gonna be a better person. And one of my poems, I say, okay, so I forgive you, so you could be a better king to that queen that I could not be. I can't be your
Mm.
queen. You go once you
Wow.
get better, you're gonna be a good king to another queen. But I can
Yes.
be that one that gets you through it.
Yes.
See that
Wow.
I can't because I deserve better than that. I gave
Yes.
you 110% and you came in with your 80%.
Yes.
That's a
Yes.
problem. That's a
Yeah.
problem in a relationship. And women have to understand. Some people stay, I'm staying for the kids, I'm staying for the money,
Yeah.
I'm staying for, I have to do what my piece.
Yes.
I need to feel good in the morning. When I wake up in the morning, I need to feel good in this relationship. I need
Yes.
to know why I'm waking up, why I'm cooking this dinner, why I'm scrambling.
Yes.
I need to know why I'm fucking you. I need to know.
Right.
I need to feel good about all this.
Okay.
If
You
I
need to know that.
if I have any doubt and I'm waking up and I'm like, I wonder if I see, I ain't got time for all that.
Okay? You don't have to, no, you should not wake up wondering,
Right,
because like you said, you're giving, when we know how much we give, we're all in, like we're the cheerleader.
right.
And if you don't get that fulfillment back, then it's not for you. It's not working for you. And for you, Tasha, to stand up and say, this isn't working for me. Those are powerful words, because how many thousands of women know it's not working, but they stay there and they, oh, I'm just gonna, and day after day, your life just kind of dwindles down and you wonder, how did I get here?
Right.
Because you didn't stand up for or bring it to his attention. Look, this isn't working for me.
And some women,
What are you going to do about it?
right, some women are afraid of change.
Yes,
What
yes.
happen if I'm out here by myself? One,
Right,
I'm gonna
right.
breathe better. I'm gonna live better.
Yes,
It is scary. Every
yeah,
time I left, it was a scary time for me because I
yeah,
had to, but I thought it out.
yes,
I didn't just do it. I had a plan.
yes,
What I need to do. This is what
yes,
I need to do. This is how much money. And when I go take a second job, he was thinking, oh, she taking that second job. I got a real wife right there. No, sweetie, I have a plan. I gotta
mm-hmm,
taking care of me. And I ain't got time.
yes,
So I never left with the argument, making it
yes,
a bad thing.
yes, right,
It's not working for me.
yeah,
And I get it. You're a great guy, and that's why I got with you. But somewhere it changed, and I don't know
yes,
where. And it's not my job to figure it out. And I
right.
don't have $300 an hour to talk to a shrink to tell me that you screwing around. I ain't got time for all that. So we I done took my $300, put on a deposit on a new place, and we gonna be good. That's what,
Yes,
and that's how you left it. And it's easy for me to say that some of the guys that I left, I can still talk to and be like, hey, what's up? What's going on?
yes,
Because they know it wasn't me.
right,
I
right,
I think I'm very family oriented. I never had a problem with the in-laws. Like some
yes,
people like the mother-in-law just hate me. No, they love me. And I had some in-laws, why are you with my son? Like
mm,
I had them say, you're too good to be with my son. I
wow,
even had
wow,
their kids tell me, you're too good for my father. Like you do nothing
wow,
for him. So when you got other people saying that, because they know stuff and they didn't want to tell me. They just kept saying
mm,
stuff like, you too good for him.
mm-hmm,
You doing too
mm-hmm,
much. No, you shouldn't. When I asked what I should get him for Christmas, not that. He ain't worth all that. Like, that's your daddy. So then you get to thinking like,
yeah,
you
what's
know,
up?
so they know stuff that I'm feeling. You know,
Mhm.
I may not,
Yes, yes,
but they know stuff, and because they don't want to cross their
right. They don't want to be the one that
line,
breaks it. Yeah.
I had to make a decision for me.
Yes, powerful.
The signs are there.
Yes, they are there.
And I'm gonna sit there and pretend like I didn't hear it,
Right,
like I don't feel it, or I'm
right,
gonna look at it head on and say, I gotta make a change and leap out here and
right.
do things different for me. And I think women need to know that. And I'm 56 years old and I'm okay.
Yes,
Broken, I'm not bitter, I'm not
yes.
bad against men. I don't have no, I ain't none of that.
Yeah.
I love men, I love all your little wacky, crazy, messed up ways. Messed up ways. But I can tell you, I remember going to a bar when I was 30.
Mm-hmm.
Bar and the guy, and he was talking to me. He's like, let me buy you a drink. And I saw the ring on his finger. I said, where your wife at? And
Mm-hmm.
he's like, my wife. I said, I see the ring on your finger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, home. She don't come out to places like this. I said, have you asked her?
Right.
I said, have you asked her? Because she
Mm,
might want to come out to a place like this and have a drink with you.
right.
3 weeks later, I went to that same bar and he was there and I was like, who is this? And he was like, no, I want you to come over here and meet her. This is my wife. And I told her about you and I was trying to buy you a drink and she told me to ask you, did you want a drink? and bring you out to the, and now y'all out. I said, see, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
You never know because you just assume that
right.
the wife is at home, she cooking there. And my husband like to go out to the bar, and then all of a sudden he asks me, I'm gonna go.
Yes,
You want
yes.
to go have a drink? I'm gonna go.
Yes, and that's awesome. I think that, sometimes women get stuck in a routine, and I
Mhm.
think that, they feel that, oh, they don't even know where to start to get themselves together to go to a bar, with their mate, their husband,
Right.
and so it really goes back to, finding yourself, like jump out of that, you know, that myth that because you're in your 50s that you shouldn't be
Right.
doing certain things. Because I'm from the South. There's that there's a lot of just, I don't know what you want to call them, but just old type of sayings or things that, oh, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that. And so that's out of the window. Forget about that. You could do whatever it is that you want to do, especially if it's going to bring you joy and happiness. And so, oh my goodness, girl, I had such a great time with you today.
Oh, this was fun.
This was awesome. Awesome. Please come back on the show.
I will,
Um,
once the show get picked up, and I can bring some of the girls, and we can
yes.
talk about this show.
Yes.
It's gonna be an amazing show. We're just waiting to see who's gonna pick it up and
Okay.
that point. So that's where we at. We're just
All
waiting.
right.
I tell people, but I keep pushing it out there because I want people to get ready for it. I want
Yes.
to get ready for this show. And I tell people, if you see it, just share it on your page. Like it's coming. If you
Yes.
like it, put positive things in the comment to make people,
Yes.
because they read all of that.
Yes.
Like, oh, the people really want to see this kind of show. So
Yes.
people gotta help push it and get it out there.
Well, I will definitely, I'm all in. Like I said,
Yeah.
anytime you want to talk about it, promote it, you are more than welcome. We'll be in touch, and I'll have you on at any time you want to,
Thank
talk to guests. And, that's what I'm here for. That's really the purpose of my show.
I
It's
love your spirit. I love who you are, and you making
you.
50 look flawless, girl.
Woo-hoo! Yes, you know what?
We
Hey, I'm
have to
gonna
have
be
you as
me.
a guest on the show. We gotta have you as a guest on the show to
I
come
will
and
definitely, I would definitely be a guest on your show.
so
I can tell you, off camera, some of my stories, and you can select which one or all of it or whatever. But I'm definitely, I believe in transparency because I know that all of our stories are inspiring to others. A lot of it is why we go through things, is to help somebody.
that's so
And so thanks again for being
thank
on the
you
show. I
for
love you,
having
my
me.
sister,
Thank
and
you.
enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend.
Be safe. There's all
Yes,
craziness over there. Make sure you don't eat outside. Don't leave nothing in your car. And
yes.
it's a shame we gotta have a list now just to go out. But
I know, I know.
have
And things are getting so scary. There's so much crime going on. So we really want everybody to be safe,
right,
know your surroundings.
right.
Don't drive, upset because somebody on the road will piss you off. I guarantee you. You just have to just let them go. Let them.
And don't drive your BMW, drive the hoopty. They targeting those cars. So
Yeah,
people are not
yeah,
realizing that they're targeting those cars. And I know you want to be seen, but we're just coming out of a pandemic. People have
yeah,
lost their jobs. They didn't go back to work. Unemployment has stopped. This
yes,
whole money is about to stop, and the prices have went up.
yes.
Can't keep up. So
No, they
they're
can't.
desperate. They're
Yeah.
desperate. So
Yes.
be mindful of that, and
Yes.
play yourself low key
Yep. You
until
got to.
until the season is over.
Yes, got
Thank you
to.
for having me on.
You're welcome.
Have a happy
Thank
Saturday.
you too. Thank you.